Hello Dreamlight Valiants, it's Sassy Shortcake here, and today I'm sharing with you Scar's main storyline quest. So first you will get this Nature and Nurture quest. You need to investigate the giant skull in the elephant graveyard, which of course is just up here in the sunlit plateau. We've got a little skull cave open here now. So we can head right on in and we can talk to Scar in here. There he is.
Oh,
hello, Scar. So you get like a heap of dialogue. He just insults you over and over again and insinuates you're a terrible leader and says that he's the boss of everything. So of course we're going to do his quest for him since he asked so nicely and everything. So we need to try and restore the kingdom to how it was before. The Sunlit Plateau, that is. So we need to enter the Vitalys mines, which is the mine over here now. It used to be over the other side. Since update, they've moved over here so you can easily access it. So here is the Vitalys mine. What we need to do here is explore it. So we need to go all the way around and see and figure out what's blocking the river. So there's a couple, well, there's not a couple of ways you can go. There's really only one way you can go because this is a dead end here. Over here, it's still blocked, so we can't get immediately over there yet. So that leaves only one possible way to go, which is through here. And this is just like a little loop. So it doesn't matter if you go left or right, you'll end up in the same area. So here there's lots of little paths that go off to the side. Some have treasure chests, some do not. But basically you need to go, try and stick to going straight while you're going through here. If you're trying to get and just do this quest. But I did backtrack and go and get all of the chests, and there's actually lots of thorns in here. So if you're working on those duties, the Dreamlight duties for the event, then you can come and get the thorns from out of here, since we only get 10 thorns spawn a day now. So we're going to head back, or head forward this way. Now you'll come to this crossroads. There's to the left, to the right, and to the straight. To the left you can see there's like a broken bit of track here, and there's a chest through here. You have to backtrack through the mines to get that, and there's a chest over here which we can just open straight away. Okay, so now we need to go forward. Sorry, can you please hop out of the way, Merlin? So if we go back through there, we'll break down all of those things. You'll get to the other chest. Now let's remove some of these vines. And once again, left or right path. If you go to the right, you can see it's just a broken railway again. So you can't get through that way. So you take the left path here. You need to continue to open some of these vines, break out some of these rocks, and you can get through. Again, I'm going to break all of this stuff just so it's easier access, because obviously later on we will need to come down here. So I'm going to go ahead and break them now. Oh, I got a bonus chest there. That's great. Yellow chest must have popped out one of those rocks. Got a few coins there, and let's continue on forward. So we've got some more vines here. You can go left or you can go right. And you cannot go through here. I thought this might be something. It's not. Not yet anyway. So left or right. You actually need to go up to the right path first. I was wrong and went to the left. But let's have a little explore. And go to the left first. Well, that's what I did anyway. Because I spotted this chest. I wanted to open it. And then I realized this has quest items in it. This has your dried ginger and a recipe book. So if I go into my bag now, I can see my dried ginger. I'm going to move my quest items down the bottom so they're easy to find. Oh, and we've also got this candy here as well. This exploding candy. We've got a little kitchen here. We've got like a nice little setup. We've got a rock. Break this rock because then it's easy to get across. It builds a path for you so you can easily get straight to the mouth of the cave and exit. So we still can't get across this path. The water is still blocked, so we need to go and figure out that, which obviously let's go back and head up to the hill that was on the right and find out what we're doing with these quest items. Excuse me, thorn. Let's go up here, and here we have there's a little sign here, and once we get here, our quest changes. So now we've got check the sign. So let's read this sign. It says there are night thorns everywhere. I spilled some root beer. It made some kind of reaction. Maybe we can use this to get rid of the night thorns. So there's ingredients that somebody's put together to try and make this experiment, and then I guess they've forgotten, they've disappeared, so I guess we're going to do their experiment for them. It says talk to Merlin, and luckily for me, I chose Merlin as my companion, so it was really convenient. So I would suggest doing that. Keep Merlin on as your companion for this, because you actually have to go and talk to him a few times. So let's open our bag, read our recipe book. Now we'll learn how to make root beer. And this says we need to make extra fizzy root beer. This was a little confusing for me because it's not real apparent what you need to do. So what you need to do is come to a cook station and you just need to make the root beer. So if I come and choose my root beer recipe, this is in the sweets section. Let's scroll all the way down. If you come and choose this, you cannot autofill it because it will just make a normal root beer. Basically what you need to do is you need to just come and put in your sugar cane, put in your vanilla, and then you need to use that extra dry ginger. I think it was called extra dried ginger. You need to use your dried ginger to make the special extra fizzy root beer. So it wasn't real clear. I was a little bit worried about putting that in there because, you know, some people have used ingredients for the wrong recipe and it's messed up their quest line. I was scared that was going to happen, but thankfully it didn't. This is what you need to do. Just make a root beer, but with your dried ginger. So now we can come over here. We put our crackling candy into this barrel and we add in our extra fizzy root beer. And it's going to get rid of these thorns, which is kind of what we were intending. And look at that, the water, woohoo! Maybe we can finally do some fishing in the Sunlit Plateau now. That would be wonderful. Don't have to rely on Moana always for my walleye. So now it says we need to exit and go and talk to Scar. So we exit out of here, and instead of speaking to Scar, it turns into this cutscene. And you can see like your little shadow person. You need to basically chase them through this portal. This felt really bizarre to me because I don't know, it took me by surprise that this was what was going to happen next. So we go through this portal and we end up in this, it's kind of like an alternate universe, or like I don't know, a parallel universe, because there's that castle that we have, but we're covered in thorns here. It's all darkness. So now once you're in here, you need to go and collect that memory that the shadow person dropped. So you're going to break all of these rocks. These rocks don't drop anything. You can't get any stones from them or any coal, nothing. You just need to break them to get through. All we're here for is the memory. We can't actually do anything else in here. We can't interact with anything else. We can't touch the vines. Now it just says we need to return back to Dreamlight Valley. I guess we're in some kind of like Shadow Valley. The same kind of thing. The same place, but in shadows. I don't know. So let's head out here and go back. Now I'm guessing we'll talk to Scar or Merlin. Let's see. Okay, so show Merlin what you found. Here we go, Merlin. We found this orb. And thankfully, again, he is my companion, so I don't need to go and chase him down. So you have a bit of dialogue with him, and then basically he says you need to make a growth elixir and you have to collect all these things. So we need to get Vitalys crystals. We get these from the mine. And luckily for me, Merlin is actually a mining buddy as well. So he's my mining companion. So it took me actually much quicker to get all of these crystals, because every now and again he would throw out an extra one for me. Oh, like that. Oh, those weren't crystals though. Those were actually rubies, I think. Yes, so we've got rubies now in the mine that we can harvest. But that's not what we're here for. We are here for the Vitalys crystals before we move on to collecting more rich soil. And there is one. I just saw a Vitalys crystal. Yes, so we've collected 1 out of 10. I'm going to go ahead and just skip ahead to where I'm collecting my last Vitalys crystal. Here we go. Lucky me, Merlin's throwing me an extra, so now I've got 11. And now we need to go on to making the soil. So basically you just need to plant or you need to harvest. You don't get it from planting crops, you get it from harvesting them. So now I've got my final piece. I'm going to make sure that all of the items are actually in my bag and not in my chest. Oh wait, it looks like I've already got them. There's my Vitalys crystals and my rich soil. I just make sure I do that because sometimes you get a bugged quest where you try and use something from your chests and you actually need it in your bag to be able to use it. So I just always make sure they're in my bag. So now we can go and craft that miracle growth solution. It's potions and enchantments, miracle growth elixir. So now that we've crafted that, I think we add it to our watering can. So we go into our bag and basically you just use this item. I was just kind of standing here for a minute because I expected something more to happen than that, but that's it. You just use it and then that's all. So now that we've used our growth elixir, our next step is to talk to Merlin. So let's go ahead and do that. Hello, Merlin. We get a little more dialogue where Merlin tells us we need to go and plant the orb. So we need to plant it in the sunlit plateau, so I'll show you where that is. In front of the pillar. It was a little confusing for me because some people have said there's already a hole there for them to plant it. Other people have said there's nothing there. And for me, I actually had a flower here. So I was like, I guess I need to plant it here. So I'm going to pick this flower and I'll dig a hole and plant my orb right here. And this is the last step for this. Now, we had to wait a very, very long time. I'm going to water this and it says, don't be alarmed, you know, this might take a few days. And they actually mean a few real life days.
One eternity later.
Okay, so now 3 days later, a few costume changes. I can run in here and look, I've got this cutscene, which obviously means my orb is finished growing. Which is awesome. We're getting the rivers all cleared. I hope this means that now I can do some fishing here. Let's go and take a look. Okay, so there are no bubbles yet, but I do think we can do some fishing here. Let's go back and talk to Scar. And that is the end of this quest line. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to Boss Family Plays, and I'll see you in my next video.